Hi guys, my name's Stephanie and I'm going to be doing a review of The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. This is the second movie in the Hobbit trilogy. I'm going to put a link in the description below for my review of The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, which is the first one. And as some of you may know, I do my reviews based on 4 categories: the characters and the actors, the storyline, the good and the bad, and how the movie was made, and then I like to end with some trivia, so enjoy! Okay guys, to start out I'm going to talk about Thorin Oakenshield, played by Richard Armitage. I didn't really like him in the first movie, and I loved him in this movie. He was about 100 times better, and I could feel like his energy a little bit more. He wasn't just a total jerk to everybody around him, so I really liked him more as for the character. Of course, Martin Freeman plays Bilbo Baggins. Wow. He does a great job. I talked about in the first movie. He's got like really good comedic timing, and I really loved him. And then also Ian McKellen, who plays Gandalf the Grey. I mean, he is Gandalf the Grey. He does such an amazing job, and I really love it, and he doesn't falter at all for this. The next 2 characters I'm going to talk about are the elves. There's Legolas, played by Orlando Bloom, and Tauriel, who's played by Evangeline Lilly. I have yet to figure out what they're doing there, other than Tauriel has a love connection thing with another character, but other than that I feel like they're super just kind of like thrown in there for fun to connect it to the old Lord of the Rings movies, which is just kind of confusing. But I mean, he did a fantastic job. He's amazing. However, they did CGI him a lot. At one point he actually rides away on a horse, and it's a fake horse. It's a CGI horse. It's like you guys had like 100 horses in the Lord of the Rings movie. You guys couldn't get one for Legolas to ride for a cool minute. Kind of irritated me, but what can you do? I'm also going to talk about Bard, who plays the human. He's played by Luke Evans. He doesn't really have a whole lot of character development. I wish he'd had a little bit more. They threw in like a little bit of a backstory, but I really would have liked more from him. He was kind of there for just like a minute, and I feel like he's going to be a really pivotal character in the next movie. Smaug is voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch, and I had a problem with the dragon. It's a weird, nitpicky problem. Don't get me wrong, Benedict Cumberbatch did a great job with the voice, but I'm not sure why the dragon could talk at all. Throughout this whole movie, animals haven't been able to talk. The spiders spoke momentarily, but that was only because Bilbo put on the ring, so then he could hear the spiders talk, but the dragon could just talk to anybody and everybody, and mythical creature or not, he is still an animal, and in my opinion, either all of the animals can talk or none of the animals can talk, and for some reason, Smaug, a dragon, can just talk, and it kind of just irritated me, but I know that's like a weird nitpicky thing. I have problems with other dragons from other movies who can talk, so it's not just this one. I don't really like talking dragons in general, but that's just me, totally my opinion. I still think Benedict Cumberbatch did like an amazing job. The last 2 are the orcs, Azog and Blorg? Not sure what his name is. He's like the second in command to Azog. And I'll say it before and I'll say it again. I don't know why they're CG, but they are. I still think Azog looks like an albino avatar creature, and I really just... It would have been so much better if they had been actual people, and I cannot think of a single reason why they chose to make that CG decision, but it's terrible, and I hate it. Alright, real fast, the storyline of this movie, it's really long, but if you recall, we left Bilbo. He was finally accepted by the group, and Thorin stopped being a jerk to him, so that was a bonus. We see how Gandalf and Thorin met in a flashback at the very beginning, and then it goes straight into continuing their journey. They're in a forest, they meet spiders, Bilbo saves them, they get caught by the elves, they escape the elves. There's a really cool barrel scene I really liked. Of course the orcs are hunting them, and then they get to Rivertown where they meet Bard the human. Then finally they get to the mountain, and Bilbo goes inside and has his little chat with the dragon. The dragon is none too happy. There's a really cool battle scene that I really liked, and then the dragon is none too happy about their little attack on his little lair. All while Bilbo and the dwarves are doing their little thing, Gandalf goes off, and you kind of get to see the birth of Sauron, which I thought was really cool. The movie does end abruptly. It reminded me of the Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. It just kind of ends like where you're just like, but this is the best part! And so it ends abruptly, and I definitely will want to go see the next one. I like this movie a ton better than the first one. I did not like the first one at all. I thought it was campy and cheesy, and there were a few eye roll moments in this movie, but not nearly as much. I mean, none of the characters sing and dance when they're bad guys, so that was better, obviously. But I totally would recommend going seeing this movie, especially if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, which I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Go see the movie. So for the good and the bad, my likes and dislikes, again, this movie is shot in 48 frames per second. I can't really talk about it because I guess I don't really notice it, and I guess it's more noticeable in 3D, which I did not go see. I don't like the 3D thing. Like, I'll only go see it in 3D if I have to. Bonuses about this movie are there is no singing and Thorin isn't a total jerk, and I really feel like these two things combined made the movie a lot better than the first one. Things I didn't like, I already talked about the dragon talking. And I also already talked about the amount of CGI. I told you about Legolas's horse, which was a CGI horse for no reason at all that I can think of. Okay, just some quick trivia for you guys. I got 3 fun facts for you. Orlando Bloom is 2 years older than the actor who plays his father, and I keep forgetting the character's name, so I'm just gonna call him Eyebrows, because he's got really intense eyebrows. Evangeline Lilly, who plays Tariel, took archery lessons, sword fight lessons, and Elvish lessons. I thought that was pretty cool. I would want to take Elvish lessons. My last fun fact is also about Tariel. She is a completely made-up character. She is not in the books at all. Normally I don't talk about the books because, you know, I don't want to bore the people who are watching this review and haven't seen the books. This is a movie review, not a book review. But yeah, she's totally just a figment of the creator's imagination. She was put in, I guess, to provide a strong female character when there were none. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to my channels. I do movie reviews, obviously. I hope you guys go see this movie, and if you do, tell me what you thought of it. Thanks.